Hello, my name is Isabella Brown, and the purpose of my argument is to openly discuss self-harm at the same level as suicide. By doing so, I hope to lower both self-harm and suicide rates, especially in adolescents. Why is it that self-harm is less discussed than suicide, when in reality, self-harm is more prevalent, comes in endless forms, and could lead to suicide? There is an inadequacy of proper actions bringing attention to self-harm, whether it be suicidal or non-suicidal. There are infinite methods to self-harm, which is concerning to say the least. The most common are skin cutting, self-hitting, and burning. The acts themselves may not be fatal, but the effects of self-harm last a lifetime. Not to mention the addictive properties of self-harm. Once someone relies on self-injury as a coping mechanism, they will keep going back to the same detrimental habit to find some sort of release. With adolescents being the main age group affected by self-injury, it is crucial that those in high school and college are aware of self-harm, its effects, and healthy ways to handle mental grief. The average age of those who begin self-harm is roughly 12 years old. This statistic is reason enough to reach out to adolescents to spread awareness. Self-harm deserves the same level of discussion as suicide because its vast numbers of people of all age groups and genders, especially adolescents and females suffering. The number of suicides is very few compared to the amount of people suffering with self-injury, both diagnosed and not diagnosed. The number of those who present to clinical services is not an accurate representation for those suffering in silence who do not reach out to medical professionals. There is an unknown majority that self-harms without seeking the proper help. Taking the first step to use resources and treatments is no easy task. That is why creating a welcoming and accepting environment is key. Most people will not address self-harm because they feel that it is for attention, when in reality it ties in with mental disorders such as depression, anxiety, and borderline personality disorder. There is always a chance that self-harm may lead to suicide. In a case study of 125 people that had committed suicide, 82% had self-harmed. Self-harming increases a person's chance of committing suicide by over 30%. However, not all self-harm cases are with the intent of dying. A large portion of those who self-harm simply use self-injury as a coping mechanism. Majority of those who self-harm use it as an easy and quick way to feel numb. Although not every case ends in fatality, the risk is always there and should be openly discussed. The causes and signs of self-harming tendencies often stem from mental and physical traumas. Roughly 3 out of 4 people have or will experience some form of trauma in their lifetime. Trauma can range from parents getting a divorce to rape and assault to witnessing a death. All trauma is valid and could lead to varying forms of mental grief. In conclusion, if we focus on self-harm at the same level as suicide, lives will be saved. By preventing self-injury, we're preventing suicide. The connection between self-harm and suicide cannot be ignored. The two intertwine, and one often causes the other. And I'm not implying that self-harm should be more talked about than suicide. My argument is that in order to prevent both suicide and self-harm, they should both be discussed at a substantial level in order to achieve results. Adolescents are a major focus point. Reaching out to our youth reassures them that they are not alone and deserve so much love. Stopping self-harm in younger ages can prevent the likelihood of suicide being the second most common death in adolescence. Therefore, prevent self-harm to prevent suicide. If you or a friend is affected or tempted by self-harm or suicide, please reach out. The number for the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline is 1-800-273-8255. If you need anyone to talk to, again, my name is Isabella Brown, and I would love to be there for you. Thank you.